what are the top 2 things which buyers should really look for in an NHT report?
So if I only had to pick 2, I would say the FEMA flood zones, because that could really affect the cost, because flood insurance is generally more than $1,000 a year. And so, that could price somebody out of a home, especially when typically buyers are buying as much as they possibly can get and don't have much wiggle room. So having the knowledge, of course, there's the risk, of course, of living in a flood hazard zone, but trying to keep away from that insurance, that maybe unnecessary insurance that they don't want to pay. So understanding that, and then buyers also have to understand there are loopholes with FEMA flood zones. Sometimes there are ways to get out of paying flood insurance, and that's really depends on where the structure is built in relation to the flood zone. So like if there's a creek on the property, but just the back, or say the back 50 feet of the parcel is in a flood zone, but the structure is out.
I see.
You can get a waiver on that and not have to pay flood insurance. So that's that's kind of a sidebar there. So sometimes there are loopholes with insurance. The other thing is Melrose taxes. One of the reports we provide is a tax report that covers the Melrose and 1915 Bond Act assessments. And this could really negatively impact a homeowner because they have to pay Melrose taxes in addition to the regular property taxes. Right. And there are some areas around the state where they might be paying upwards of $7,000 a year in just Melrose taxes. And these are taxes that are funding infrastructure, such as paying for libraries or police departments, high schools, landscape and lighting, kind of things that people need for their everyday life. So you'll see these Melrose taxes in newer developments usually.
All right.
Especially the ones that are excessive. Generally seeing the $1,000 to $2,000 a year is not rare. We see that a lot. But some areas around the state, Orange County, even in San Ramon area, Windermere area of San Ramon, you see some Melrose taxes upwards of $7,000 a year. Yeah, so significant. So read that tax report as well.
Check the full episode on our YouTube channel and on Apple Podcast.